Are we good? I don't know. Sent you a message about bitrate to Facebook. Thank you very much. I'll have to take a look at that and research into it. Are we good? Are things stable? I'm gonna give it a minute. Because obviously if it keeps scuffing really badly, like, there's no point in streaming it when it's painful to watch, you know? But we're gonna give it a minute. I'm gonna eat some french fries and let's just chat. Let's just chat it up. I wanna see, hold on. It came up with content classification. What? Weird. Yeah, no, I've never heard of that message either, Cal. Sorry. Don't know what that's about. So yeah, I went through and adjusted the frame rate. So hopefully that helps. Let's see, streaming video bitrate, 2000 output. Okay. Gotcha. The lower video quality, the lower you go. Uh-huh. Got it. Thank you. Hopefully it helps. YouTube seems to be up at least. Awesome. That's good news. Good news indeed. It's because you dual stream to YouTube now. It might struggle hosting 2 streams at once. That could be it, honestly. I mean, the first 2 streams I did on YouTube seemed to go over okay. Like, I didn't have any issues with those first 2 streams, so I don't know why suddenly it would be like, yeah, no, don't think so. I don't really know what's been going on. It just like happened out of nowhere the past like 2 weeks that I've tried streaming. I don't know. I think things are okay now, but we're still gonna wait just a minute. How much snow did you all get, by the way? A lot of people have been telling me like, oh my god, I'm digging myself out of my driveway, and it's like, whoa. We had a decent amount of snow was it last week? I think it was last week. A decent amount last week, but it like all froze over into ice, so now it's like really kind of a pain in the neck to walk around anywhere. Seems fine now? Sick. I think I did it. Computer wizard. All right, let's continue drawing the boys. Am I gonna move my candle? I don't know. Candle smells really good though. Seems fine now. Huzzah. Okay. Let's do Mirio's hair. Blonde boy. I love you too. Oh my god, Orberus, hi. I love you. All right, here, let's go back to this pen. Zoom in on the boy. Nothing in the West Country, but Northern UK has some. Oh, really? How much did they get up there, Cal? Hello, hello. Hi, howdy, how are ya? Hi, how are ya? Hope that you're good. We are having a lo-fi just coloring day. Just chilling out, trying to get some work done. This hair seems real mustardy yellow and not Mirio yellow. It needs to be a little bit more like white blonde. This is a bit much. A little too much. Yeah, that's better. You know who Mirio reminds me of? Doesn't he remind you guys of, is it Tintin? Is that his name? The boy with like the dot eyes and the like yellow spiked up hair that's very, very similar to this style. I think it's Tintin. I could be wrong. But there's a really famous book character that looks almost exactly like Mirio. And every single time I see him, I'm like, oh man. Can't tell if this design was blatantly stolen or not. Noise indeed. Yeah, we just had really bad scuff, so you're coming in at a good time because I think I fixed it. I think we're good now, but I had to like stop stream, restart stream. It was a good time. Ask everyone. Everyone here loved it. Turn this down just a bit. Purge that. Isn't it? I'm telling you, it is adult Tintin. First time I saw, like, because they released that animated film of Tintin, like, a few years ago. And I remember watching it and being like, that's just Mirio. That is Mirio Togata. Tintin is so real, actually. Bro, straight up. He's a G. He is a G. I never read those books growing up, but I know a lot of people who did. Were you guys ever into those books? The Tintin books? Some parts of the Little Prince's design also remind me of Mirio, though. But a lot of things remind me of Mirio, so how am I even talking about it? Don't count for nothing. It doesn't count for beans. A lot of that movie could have been solved if he could phase through everything that, right? Telling you. If he had Mirio's actual powers, it would have been a heck of a lot easier on him. I was reading, like, The Giver when I was there. Dude, straight up, same. I read that, and then was it Tuesdays with was it not Morty, is it? Tuesdays with Morty, about the guy who has, I want to say it's Alzheimer's. I feel like it's Alzheimer's, but maybe not. Tuesdays with Maury? Not Morty, I think it's Maury, M-O-R-Y, M-O-R-I. And that book made me cry. The Giver was really weird. I don't think I understood it as a kid, but I went back and reread it in high school and I was like, I think I like this, but I don't know. It's such a weird concept that part of me is really intrigued by it, and the other part of me is like, this is bizarre. I do love, and I know that this is a very, very unpopular opinion, but I do really, really like Fahrenheit 451. Some people hate that book. I love that book. Same with like Lord of the Flies. Some people hate that book. I think it's fascinating. I think it's a good look into like human psychology a little bit. I had to reread it again for college because, hi, educator, teacher, and English lit teacher, in fact. So like I had to reread a lot of those books that I read when I was in elementary school. Some of them I was like, dang, man. Can't believe they, like, I understand why they let us read it, and I'm sure that I wasn't the only one that was confused as a kid, but oof. Talking about some heavy, heavy stuff. Not a terrible amount, only like 3/4 centimeters, but I think it's enough for people here to lose their minds. Oh, really? Is it not common for you to get snow in that area? Also, Mirio's eyebrows are darker, aren't they? I feel like I need to look up a reference, but I feel like his eyebrows are darker, because this does not feel it. No. No, don't do that. Don't do that to my boy. Not. Also, I put way too much line art on eyebrow, so like now erase all of that so you can actually see what's going on. I feel like it also just kind of looks weird right now because his eyes are not the proper color, so we're gonna recolor them. We're gonna go with his big baby doll blue eyes. And that's really easy because all we have to do is alpha lock it. I am going to go in with a brush. I'm going to unlock this layer once I'm finished and make some adjustments because there's some gaps that I don't like. But overall, this process is pretty simple. Relatively simple. A bit odd, yeah. Fahrenheit 451 and Lord of the Flies are decent for me. I really like Pale Fire, but I really like anything by Novikov. I don't think I ever read that one. I don't think we had to read that one. That wasn't required reading for us. We had to read like The Alchemist, Fahrenheit 451, The Great Gatsby, of course. Some people had to read Of Mice and Men. I never had to read that one, but I think it was because of the level of English class I was in. What else did we read? We read... God, there were so many books. There's one that I'm forgetting, Animal Farm. There's another one that I'm forgetting, and I know that a lot of people are like very divided on it. I don't remember off the top of my head. Ugh. I don't remember. My big dumb brain don't do the thinky so good. Oh my god, I love Mirio. Side note, I love this character. Skin is very... Ghost. No, hold on, we gotta adjust it, because it's like... It's too peachy on my screen. Like, I need to find the right... A little bit... we're getting in the right direction. Oop, not that direction. I know how to art, guys. I'm really, really good at it. But that feels better. Okay. I know what I'm doing at all times. 1984. Yeah, that was another one that I didn't have to read. God, I wish I could remember the name of the one that we had to read and people were like, oh, it's okay. Oh, Hatchet. Hatchet was one of them too. That, honestly, that book kind of messed me up a little bit because we read it, honestly, I feel like we read it at an age that was a little too early because the first, like, scene of that book is, like, the main character is in, I can't remember if it's a helicopter or, like, a plane with this pilot. And while they're, like, in the plane, the pilot has a heart attack. And I remember so specifically the line that really messed with me because, like, he's sitting there, like, you know, convulsing because he's having a heart attack. And he said, oh God, my chest is ripping out. And then, like, he dies of a heart attack and they crash. And I was just like, it's like in the first, like, 10 pages. It was really messed up. Also, hi, Apple. Yes, you win first again. Congratulations. You get the prize twice. Thank you for redeeming it. Also, are we good now? Has it crashed at all since, or are we stable? I think that we're stable now. Knock on wood. I think that the stream is doing pretty okay. Load. Looks okay? Okay, amazing. I did it, guys. I troubleshooted and solved it all by my little adorable self. So proud of me. Pats on the back for me. Dang, I'm so good. I'm not. Anytime I have any issue, I run to Apple like, help. Also a daily smooch for you. Another smooch. If you already redeemed your smooches, I will allow you to redeem a secondary smooch. I approve. Oh yeah, Scarlet Letter, Kill a Mockingbird. We never read A Handmaid's Tale, but we did read Scarlet Letter. Scarlet Letter, yeah. And then, what was the other one? I mean, like, when you're in elementary school, it's like Charlotte's Web and, like, other things that are really common, but yeah. A daily smooch for you, Irritable Cabbage. Mwah. Thank you for popping into stream. Also, Milo, appreciation high five for you. Did you get your isopod? Did you finally get it? I know last time you were saying that you were going to get your hands on an isopod, and I was really jealous. I love isopods. They're so cute. I think that's one thing, like, when people really start to get to know me and they're like, oh, she's weird. It's like, I like animals that are very unconventional for what people perceive as, like, stereotypically feminine animals. But yeah, I'm the kind of person that's like, I like snakes, I like bugs, I like scorpions, I like weird animals. I do. They're so cute. And I find them, like, I don't say that they're cute to, like, be that guy, but I truly, genuinely think that they're cute, and I have a visceral reaction when I see them. I'm just like, I want to hold you and squeeze you. You're like, you're wild. I'm unapologetic in my love for reptiles. I want to get a lizard so bad. That's like my goal for this year or next year, is to get a lizard. I would die for them. So cute. I hate the Scarlet Letter. Oh no, I hate it too. It's awful. It drags on for no reason. That book could very easily have been like a 3 to 4 chapter book. 3 or 4 chapters could have been enough. But no. Had to subject us to just like info dumps of crap that did not matter. Yeah, no. You're not a fan of Romeo and Juliet? I'm not like, oh my god, it's such a great Shakespeare play, but I don't hate it either. I'm kind of indifferent to it. Like, for me, there are a lot of other Shakespearean plays that are better. I'm a big fan of Macbeth. I like Macbeth a lot. I never had to read, what's the one that a lot of people, is it Midsummer Night's Dream? I never had to read that one. Some people really like it because it's very fantastical and very like, And there was another one that he did that was based off of, I believe, a Roman or Greek girl. And Antigua, is that the name of it? I can't remember, but I remember having to read that, and I kind of like that one too. I like history stuff. Wags, hi! Welcome to stream! How are you? Thank you for popping in. I hope that you're doing fantastically. I'm so glad that you're here. No, I don't want that color. I want this color. I think I want to make some lines on his beanie to make it look like more knitted. And I will be off coloring this line art. It's not going to stay blue, but I just like to get the base colors in first. Y'all know how I work at this point. I get base colors in first, and then we go back and do all the little deets and stuff later. Is this? Yes, this is. I much prefer Hamlet, like King Lear. Yeah. There's the other one that I kind of enjoyed that a lot of people hate, honestly. And it's, I think it was his last play. And I don't remember the name of it, but I really, really liked it. I do remember that it's really weird, and a lot of people are like, what the f is going on in this play? Like, I don't know, but I dig the vibe. Haven't got the isopod babies yet. I'm setting up the tank, but also need a job before I get them, and that's really hard with my new health issues. Maybe birthday or something. Aw, I'm sorry that your health isn't doing good, though. Cheer up. You'll get those isopod babies someday. Same way that I'll get a lizard someday. It'll happen for both of us, Milo. I promise. Alright. I'm overworking this a little bit. How are we looking? How's he looking? He's looking good. But this pocket, I realized I didn't finish that pocket. Oops. Oopsie poopsie. Just gonna, oh, I need to unlock it. And I will do it a little darker towards the inside of the pocket. This direction though. There we go. The Tempest, that's the one. Yes, thank you. That's the play that was his last play, and I really, really liked it. And other people were like, no, it's garbage. And I'm like, that's fine. You have your opinions, I have mine. I like it. Rah, your shading, even base shading is always so good. Thank you. I appreciate that very much, actually. I love coloring now that I found a style that really works for me. I used to hate it because I tried too hard to replicate like Disney style shading, and that shading in general feels very flat, and it is very flat. If you go back and rewatch some of the old movies, just their like cell style shading was not very exciting to look at. But yeah, I finally found something that I really enjoy, and I'm very, very happy about it because it took me, I mean, hi, I'm 30, so from the age of probably, when did I start doing digital art? I started digital art when I was high school, so what, that would have been 16 years old, and then, yeah, until now, I've been using the same style of coloring and shading, so it's great for me. It's great for me, it's great for you. Oops. How do you do that? I don't know why I did that. I want to make his jeans look a little bit washed, so we're gonna lock this real quick. I'm not gonna keep it this way, don't worry. I'm gonna do like some just color differentiation to make the jeans look a little more in-depth. Just add a little bit more in there to make it look, ooh, a little too much in the butt area. You'd be so thick though. Sir. Need you to not carry so much cake. Can't handle all of it. Need assistance with all of that, sir. Whoop. Accidentally tapped the cheeks, my bad. The cake. Caked up boy. I mean, he would be though. He's got that body type, that body yaddy yaddy type. You know what I'm saying? You know the one. I don't need to explain anything to y'all. Y'all know the one I'm talking about. Yeah, a little better. I think I want to add a little bit more streakiness to it. So I'm gonna go in here and see if there's something kind of like, I don't know how to maybe grunge? I think grunge might be a little too heavy though. I want to add just like the kind of like jean threaded texture a little bit. We're gonna try this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna select pants. I'm gonna go on a separate layer because what I can do is toggle in between the layer types too, and sometimes that makes it look really good. And then we're just gonna go in with this grunge brush. I might end up changing the brush that we use. Yeah, it's too cloudy. I want something with a little more line work in it, you know what I mean? Yeah, like all these charcoals, no bueno. No ma'am, no sir. Maybe this one? Let's see what happens. Ooh. I don't think... I don't know about all that. Maybe. Maybe if I go with like a darker blue and then like turn the opacity down a little bit. Might be able to make this work. Let's see. And now you can barely see it. It's about playing, everybody. It's about learning, figuring out what works for you and what doesn't. And that's what we're here for today. Discovery. Do I like that? Kind of. I feel like it's still a little too light though. I feel like the washes need to be a little more patchy. We're gonna do. Gonna go back in. Oh my god, D, hi! Hello, King. How are ya? It's about drive, it's about power. Yeah. Power. That's what we respect here. Respect his power. Also, I didn't even color it on the right layer, so none of that mattered. Stupid. What am I doing? I feel like, yeah, the wash could be pretty subtle. D, the king, Father D is here. Father D, would you do us a favor? Would you do me a favor, rather? Would you mind reading us a passage from the Holy Bible today? I'm in desperate need of some guidance and some peace in life. So if you don't mind, you could, from the Holy Bible. I'll zoom in on Mirio's thighs as you do it, so just let me know when you're ready. And I'll go ahead and zoom in. Why am I picturing like 40 pancakes for breakfast? Dude, honestly, that's anytime that D is like, I'm gonna eat breakfast, I just imagine just like eggs. It's like a tower of eggs. And that's it. Is that accurate to say, D? Yeah, Cal, you and I are on the same page. Does his hair feel like too blonde? It feels like too yellowy for me. Maybe it's because I haven't done any shading on it yet, but I don't know if I like it. No, don't do that. Hey, listen. You're a sunny boy. Darker, like a little bit near the roots. Relatable. 9 eggs, all scrambled with milk added in. Dang, dude. That's a lot of eggs. That's a lot. Us gym rats. Well, I say us. When I move to the new area, that's when I'll become a gym rat again, but right now it's just not practical. I miss going to the gym. I miss it so much. Okay, hold on. D is reading us a passage. Thigh 6'9". Trust your path to the gap between the thigh, for in the space between, or lack thereof, you will find sweet embrace of your Savior. Amen. I kind of want to save that. Could you send that to me? I love that. Did you just come up with that? That's incredible. Amen. Wow. I'm like actually impressed. That's very funny. I love that. I'm cheating. I studied the Bible, so I know of it. Listen. No one can ever clock you for not being a true believer. You are its most devout citizen. I don't know what you would even call it. Patron? Citizen? What do you call it? I don't know. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. Snowy, my love, my darling. Hi. I missed you. I missed you so much. Oh my god, I'm so happy all these friends are here watching me draw today. I'm so blessed. And we got a reading from the Bible. It's a good day today, y'all. Count your blessings, huh? Would you? You do that for me? Yeah, that looks so much better now that there's like something in there to like differentiate the hair. It was driving me crazy. And like his skin is doing that for me now too, where I'm like, oh god, I just want to shade it. It's driving me crazy. But I can't touch it yet. Otherwise, we'll go in this loop of like not getting crap done that we need to get done. That tends to happen a lot. Like, just get the flats. We'll worry about that stuff later. I have way too many projects to jump around to be able to just focus on this one thing. Right? Too much in life going on for that. The boys look amazing. Thank you! I'm loving the way that Mirio's outfit's coming along. He was looking a little rough before, but we finally got him to a place. He's got his washed jeans looking good. But now, like, I mean, his jacket is all textured. I don't think I'm gonna texture the scarf too much. I feel like that's fine. The hat, same. I'm not gonna do too much of that, but I cannot wait to, like, work on the skin and shading and stuff because, oof, looking a little rough. Yeah. Today's my first day of college, and it's 10 degrees at my house. Dang. 10 degrees Fahrenheit? You're in Texas, man. That stinks. Sorry to out you like that, but that's not great. I think it's been pretty cold everywhere. We had a few days like early on in this month where it was like -20 Celsius, -15, 16 Celsius, so like feel the pain. I like cold though, so for me, I'm like, yay. But I understand where people would hate that, and I sympathize for them, because I like it. I really like cold weather quite a lot. I think I'm gonna double this one because the colors are just, yeah. All right, base colors are in for the boy. So, I could do Tamaki, but I really don't feel like doing it. You know, I really, please don't make me draw Tamaki. I really am not in the mood with dealing with his nonsense. So we're gonna jump over to coloring the Hashira chibis that I posted the line art of a few weeks ago, because that sounds more fun. And they're fast, they're easy to color, they're a lot of just like, yeah, it's not as detailed and intricate as this kind of stuff. And I just wanna work on that. That sounds fun to me. I want to ignore the sexy leopard man. This is the one, I finished this one today, and I love the way he turned out. Yome is my favorite Ashira, I think. Very, very closely followed by Tengen. I love Tengen as well. But yeah, love him. Turned out great. Very happy with the result. Same brushes that I was just using. You would never know it though, because it's finished and it looks polished and finessed, you know. Oh, French fries. Patron saint of the eyes, indeed. Yes, I hate the cold with a passion. No, don't hate it. Embrace it. Love it. Give it a little snuggle. I promise. If you have a blanket, it's wonderful. I guess if you don't have a blanket, it's not as great, but I love the cold. All right. So what I didn't want to do with these, because I learned my lesson last time while I was editing the line art video, is not to toggle too much in between the images. So I'm not going to show you all of them. You can see what they look like on the line art video that I posted on Twitter. We're just going to go one by one so that the video editing for me later when I edit the time-lapse replay is easier. Because my god, I had to clip and move around so much crap because I just toggled way too much between the layers. And it was a big old pain in the booty. So we're gonna focus. We finished Gyome, so I can finally get off of this. I am gonna combine the layers though, so that I don't run out of space. I'm just gonna take all of these, okay? Just gonna, hey, could you like from here? It didn't change anything. I could just merge this down. It's fine. Merge down. Alrighty. So the next one on our list is Shinobu. Everyone loves Shinobu. She's crazy. We love an unhinged lady who is just ready to whoop tush and take names. The first time I saw her, because like I had read the manga before I watched any of the anime, obviously. Like I binged the crap out of the manga, like in 2 days, 2 or 3 days. I think it was 3. It was a lot. I stayed up quite late doing that. And I remember like reading it, I was like, oh wow, she's really, really cool. And seeing her animated in the first arc where they're fighting the spider demons, spoiler. They're fighting the spider demons, was like, oh yeah, that's the kind of crazy we like. We like that kind of crazy in anime. She's so sick. And I love her sword design. Oh my god, her sword design is so cool. I love how like pencil thin it is and how it's meant for just like it's like jabbing and stabbing. Very neat. Very good choices. She looks amazing. Thank you. Yeah, she's doing like her little like hovery floaty business that she does when she's like, you know, feeling her butterfly realness, I guess. I don't really know. I know, you know, we know. Everybody knows. Everyone knows what I'm talking about all the time. Also, I feel like I need to look at her hair. I drew her once in the Demon Slayer Cafe AU that I make. And I want to double check that I'm doing her hair right. I think it's dark purple on type, really light purple on the bottom. But for some reason, my brain is like, no, it's like almost black and the main part of the hair. And I'm like, I don't think that's right. I really do think that it's like dark purple. So I'm gonna jump over to that really quick and just check my notes. You know. And you guys get to see some new Cafe AU pages that I'm working on, so. Down here, what do we got? Where are you? Right here. Oh, okay, I was right. My instinct was right. Sorry, instinct. I'm sorry I yelled at you. Okay, yeah, so she almost has like black hair. Oopsie poopsie. Yeah, we are making a new page. We're making a little comic strip this time. Usually I do just like little snippets and bites of cafe life like this. I do have one of those in progress right now. We're gonna do Akaza. We're gonna do all of the ladies in the show and Genya freaking out because he can't handle being around women. And then a little muscle mouse trying to get Tengen's drink. I like this one. And then I think I'm gonna do one of Gyoko making like cafe pottery, like bringing in a delivery of pottery to the cafe. Because you know, why not? It sounds fun. We love AU stuff. But yeah, I'm working on a comic strip involving Nosuke and Tanami, who I also love drawing very, very much. So, sneaky peekies, you're welcome. I have so many projects, y'all. It's wild. I know what you're thinking, Ren, why don't you finish one at a time? Because ADHD doesn't work that way, trust me. I wish it did. It would save me so much struggle and strife. Just don't work that way, right? Any tips on how to start a comic? Pick up a pencil. That's it. Think of like what you want to do, and I honestly would recommend like picking up some like manga or whatever comic style you like. If you like more DC or Marvel style comics, if you like manga style comics, look at how they do the panels. Because for me, I really struggle with panel organization. And I did a full-fledged 18+ comic, and I learned so much just by looking at like my Demon Slayer manga that I have here and like how many panels were on a page, because I was trying to cram way too many panels and like the way that I would draw them was weird. It was just not good. And I would look at certain pages for reference on like panel layout, and it helped so much to like move the story along smoothly. So that's my first recommendation. Second recommendation is don't, obviously, and this may sound stupid, but don't draw or try to draw full body everything leave some gaps of silence or zoom ins to being just that. So instead of trying to put words on every single panel, don't do that. Leave some room for the reader to kind of rest and for the characters to kind of have a moment of tension or whatever it may be that you're trying to communicate. Yeah, my recommendations. I just struggle with how to manage the panels and how to make everything set right in. Yeah, exactly. And that was my big struggle. And how I fixed that was by going through, looking at the manga for reference and being like, oh, I can zoom in a lot more here. And it will still honestly give it a better effect than what I had in mind. I kept trying to zoom out and fit the whole character in every panel, and you really don't need to do that. There's a lot of like things that you can do to organize it and make it look better. Just use reference. And I never say that. This sounds horrible, but I never say that because I don't use reference hardly at all. And Irritable Cabbage gets on my case for it constantly because I'm notorious for not ever using references. And this is the one case where I really had to study how to lay out the panels. And yeah, it really did help me a lot. And honestly, just practice. I made, that was really the first quote unquote comic I made. And there are still times where I go back and look at certain parts of it and I'm like, I need to fix this. Or I would change this now that I know better. Just practice. Try it out, try things out, and if it doesn't go well, hey, at least you're learning something and can try something new the next time, you know? There's literally nothing to lose. Literally nothing. Except time, I guess, but like, who cares? You're learning a new skill, that's part of it. Ease. Trying to create a paper trail for myself right now to look back on and have for the fans I might acquire, and also because it's fun. Yeah, always save drawings, even if you don't use them in like Final Cuts. Save them, keep them around, because you might use them in some later works, or like you said, if people end up really liking it and you gain a following and they're like, oh man, I want to see how you did that, or what was the initial character design for that. Keep everything. That's another pro tip, I guess, is just keep it all. It'll save you so much pain later. I made the worst mistake ever after high school, before I went into college, and went through my, because I did traditional art, which meant that I had a filing cabinet, a literal filing cabinet in my house of all of my artwork. Like, I would draw on computer paper because I didn't like having notebooks, because sometimes when I drew in notebooks, the pencil would hit the edge and I got frustrated because I didn't know how to, like, you know, lay things out properly at the time. And so I went through this like filing cabinet of art that I had at the time, and I'm not kidding, I think I threw away, without having saved any of it on a computer or anywhere, like I have no more access to it, it's gone. I think I probably threw away about 80% of my artwork at the time. And like looking at the time, I was like, man, I just want to clear it out. I want to like rebrand myself and like really work on my style, so I don't need this old garbage anymore. I think I kept maybe, like, bringing it with me to Korea, I want to say maybe 4 pieces of art from like my high school days, and I think the rest of it is either back home in Kentucky or in the garbage. And I regret that so much, because now like there are all these things where it's like, show your progress, show how much you've changed, and there's been so much improvement, and now I have no trail of it, and I'm like, dang it, man, like, why did I do that? At the time it made sense, like where my headspace was at the time, it made sense for why I did it, but gosh darn it if I just don't regret it constantly. Keep it all. House fire, dang, dude. It's not good. Hope everyone's alright. I'm sorry to hear that didn't make it out. That was my other fear too, right? Is like, if there were, because like we had a lot of tornadoes in our area, and I was like, man, if there ever is a tornado that sweeps through here, like all of this art that I have is just like screwed, it's gone. And for the ones that were really important, I was like, all right, I gotta condense. I gotta keep the things that are important to me. And then everything else was just like, scrap it, it's fine. And now I'm like, no, I should have at least like tried to upload it, but back in the old days, computers weren't too good at managing really big art storage files, and especially when you had to scan them on a printer, the files were huge. And anytime I did like digital coloring back then, it was a 2D scan that I would import. I'm laughing because it's just like, God, I used to make things so complicated because I didn't know what I was doing. Like, that's what I thought was right. But I would scan and import a 2D drawing that I did, and then instead of like doing line art on it to speed up the process, because back then I was just like, I just want to get art done, I just want to have something that I can show. So I would put a multiply layer above the imported image and color on the multiply layer. But the problem with that is the color that you see on the image is not the actual like registered color because you set it to multiply. So for example, if I had like this purple, actually, does this have a multiply function? Hold on. It does. Okay, so let me kind of like give you an example, right? So I'm gonna make a new layer, okay? And let's say that I want to color this purple. We're gonna color it on the wings, all right? So when you go to the multiply layer, it looks like this. Or no, sorry, this is the normal layer. But when I go up to multiply, it's just a little bit off. And when I try to color select it, it's slightly lighter. And I know that you can barely tell that, but it's, yeah, it makes a really big difference. So like if you select the color that's on your screen and you start coloring again, it's not right. So every time you wanted to reselect a color that you had already laid down, you would have to change the layer type back to normal, select the color then, change it back to multiply. It was such a pain, man. Such a pain. I don't know why I did it that way, but back then I was just like, nah, I don't feel like doing line art. Who needs line art? Hated doing line art because I also didn't have a tablet at the time. And I had to do everything, and I'm not exaggerating, I colored and drew everything using a laptop mouse pad. Like 2-finger touches, middle finger scrolling, that. Like the little pad that was this big. That's how I did my artwork for probably 2 years on my dad's laptop. And yeah, it was not fun. At the time I was so proud because I would stay up super late and I'd be like, oh, look at this thing I did, but my God, I do not miss those days. When I got my first USB tablet, it was life-changing. Life-changing! A daily smooch, Riley. Welcome back. Mwah. Hello, darling. I keep my artist friends, or keep my artist friends' art for them to look back on. They're special to me. Oh, that's so sweet. I was really surprised because I did have access to some of the artwork that I threw away through DeviantArt, because I used to post on DeviantArt all the time in high school. And so I was able to recover some of those from there. And I was like, oh man, I can't believe it. I have some really cringe art, you guys. Part of me wants to like, not right now, but like later, maybe show some of it. But it's so embarrassing. I don't know. Also, am I doing this right? Is it purple? I really should look up a picture. Huh? I really should. And want to. Don't wanna. Don't make me. Don't make me look at references. Who needs to look at references? Why can't I just remember everything that I want to draw forever in my head? If only it were so easy. Boo. Well, good thing I looked, because it's not. Fine, internet, you win. No, hey, listen, don't do that. Off a lock. All right. You need some pink. A little bit of pink. Really bright, vibrant pink. Rosy. Here, okay. So this part's gonna be fun because it's a gradation. Ooh, and I love it. It's a gradation from pink to green. And I love doing gradations because they're really fun with this brush. All I do is just lay like a really, really soft layer, and I have this on a separate layer, so it's okay, don't worry. Everything's fine. And we erase the bits that we don't need, and then we take the other one. And there are two ways that I could do it. I could blend the two together, or I could kind of leave them like a little mix-matchy and like watered down. So we're gonna see what I like more. Play around with it. I love playing around with painting and drawing. It's so fun. I guess I should erase it. Doesn't matter, I'm gonna have to erase it. And then it's kind of like a watermelon-y green. Yeah, so I am gonna mix them, I think. Oh, stunning. Striking. And then what I'm gonna do to kind of soften up the edge of the green, because it is a little strong, that edge, I'm gonna take that same watercolor paintbrush, turn down the opacity really, really low, and then just real softly go in and kind of dissipate the edges a bit. That real nice, like so. There we go. Oh, she's so pretty. I love her. Oh. Do you guys have a favorite Hashira or favorite character from the show, for those of you who watch it? Redrawing my old art stream? Oh, dude, I should. Riley, that's a really good idea. I should do that. Man, that would be fun, actually, because I've got a lot of old artwork that needs updating anyway, because my style has changed so much. It would be really fun, especially for like the characters that I did that are still very Disney inspired. I would love to try and change them over to my current like kind of anime, kind of realistic style. I would like to try that. I think that'd be really fun. Y'all be into that, let me know. I have a lot of old OCs, man. I've got a lot of characters that we could update. We draw. I have this super, super old Kingdom Hearts drawing from middle school that I was able to get my hands on from my mom. Oh my god. The desire to redraw it and make it like super phenomenal and post it side by side is so strong. Rah, old art, indeed. Old art. Got a lot of it. So I'm sorry for munching, but like, I'm hungry. I didn't eat dinner. This is my dinner. Getting cold. Shall we? If you don't like people eating on stream. I don't care. Deal with it. I'm hungry. See, as I mentioned, I think, not from now on, like not permanently, but for the most part when I do lo-fi streams, there will not be a face cam. Face cam is going to be mostly for like game days or interactive days or collab days. If they're collabing with me, if I'm collabing with them, obviously they're going to have my reactive, but we're going to use this old Bingus from now on. I've been talking a lot in this stream, and I usually don't for lo-fi stuff. I'm really sorry. You came here for relaxation. You have to listen to the grating of my voice. See? I've never understood the issue with people snacking on stream either. It's like they're hungry, man. Let them eat. It's a big deal. I mean, I guess if people have like, I don't know what that phobia is called, where like you don't like hearing people like, I try to keep it respectful and keep my mouth shut. Because I know that it really grosses people out. Yeah, man. It's kind of how I feel. Get your snack on. Enjoy life. Stop caring what other people think of your stream. You want to eat? Eat. happy little drawing, just a happy little painting. Happy little Ashira. On her way to Whoops Maze. Oh, I can't believe it's not even been an hour yet. I feel like it's been way over. I mean, technically this is like the part 2 of the stream, but still. I feel like I've been working on art for forever already, and I have not. Like the style? Thank you. We just made them all little chibi guys. Guys and gals. Oh man, good thing I checked the reference again, because the bottom of her shoe is not that. It is indeed her sock that is black, the straps that are purple, and then the bottom of the shoe that is white. Don't do what I do. Check your references. It'll save you a lot of time. She looks like a priest because of the angle of her face. Paint, yes. And then we're gonna use that same green. All these other bits. Oops, you know what? Actually, that's a problem because this is on the same layer as the one above it. So cold, near -6, feels like -22. Yup. That's been our life here in Korea for the past few weeks too, man. I feel ya. I'm happy. I like cold. But yeah, even for me, there were some days where like I was in my house and I could see my breath and I was like, ooh. Don't know about all that. Don't know about all that. It's a bit much. Although I did say, like, I'm gonna be posting a tell-in probably tomorrow that I answered. Of someone who was like, do you prefer heat or cold? And I was like, if I could live in an Arctic climate, I would. And that's still true. I would love to live somewhere like freezing cold. Alaska, Antarctica, don't care. Give it to me. This is kind of where the lo-fi hours are going to start to kick in because now I'm focused up. And when I focus up, I don't talk much. I will obviously reply to anybody who is in chat. I will be a lot more quiet now than I have. And I hope that that's okay. I mean, that's kind of the point of these streams anyways, for me to get work done, for y'all to just chill with me. Take a load off, eat some snacks. Take a rest, to watch some drawing in the background of whatever it is you may be doing. Welcome here, and thank you for joining in with me, chilling out with me. Appreciate you. Let's see now, what do we got? Yeah, purple. I feel like I need to make the bottom parts of her hair a lot more purpley and the top part of her hair more black, because it's still a bit too pretty. There we go. Better. Much better. Good morning, Gio. I gave you a big old shout out earlier for the spreadsheet. Thank you so much for that. It helped so much. And I plan to use it for future Pokemon-based art events, so I really appreciate your hard work on that. I thought you lived in Japan. No, man, I live in Korea. I'm going to Japan this year, but I live in Korea. And make a cool tattoo? What would? Destroying? It would be pretty sick. You're the best, man. I think so. I do too. I think honestly all of these could make pretty sick tattoos. Honestly, if it were me, if I had to get any of them tattooed on my body, probably be Gyomei's. Gyomei has probably my favorite design. And I just like the layout of that image a lot. Either Gyomei or honestly Sanemi. Sanemi is really cool too. Maybe I'll toggle. I said I wasn't gonna toggle, but maybe I'll toggle just to show you guys. Because he looks really rad. And the way that the wind swirls, you guys know how much I love my dynamic action, so the wind swirls and the image look really cool too. Oh, Ren, did you see what Usher did? No. Usher. What'd he do? What did that silly man do? What's your favorite food over there? In Korea? Oh god, there's so many good ones. If I had to choose one favorite, probably be naengmyeon. Naengmyeon is an iced noodle. And the broth is really good, and they slice up some like cucumbers and what else do they put in? Cucumbers, ice, half of an egg, and yes, that's most of what's in there. Cosplay Gojo? Stop it. Send it to me immediately. I just sent Chu and Krampus to a Gojo and Nanami cosplayer that are in Japan, and they're like perfectly spot on the character designs, and I'm like, ooh, tteokbokki is amazing. I love tteokbokki too. That's my second favorite. I like really spicy food, and tteokbokki can get real hot depending on where you eat it. And there's a whole street in Seoul. It's actually called Tteokbokki Street, where you can just go and try a bunch of different like food carts and their specific tteokbokki, and it's so amazing, dude. Tteokbokki is king. One of my favorites over here. The first time I had it was 2012. My first time to Korea, and then I loved it so much because like we have nothing like that, obviously. I was like, holy crap, this is so cool. And I just like instantly fell in love with it. I love the texture of the rice cakes. I love the spice. It's good. Very good stuff. I had to choose another favorite food in Korea. I hate sundae, I'm not gonna lie. I don't like bondae-gitang. Bondae-gitang makes me sick to my stomach. I'm trying to think of what else I really like here. It means samgyeopsal is really good anywhere you eat it. Which is pork belly. Pork belly is incredible. I'm trying to think of some of the soups that doenjang jjigae? I really like doenjang jjigae. That's delicious. There's a lot of really good food here, dude. I'm really lucky because, like, I think the other thing that I really like about Korean food is like you feel really full after you eat just like a small portion because it's very healthy and like there's a lot of protein in the meal typically. So like you don't have to eat a ton of seconds or thirds, whereas if I eat McDonald's like I'm doing now, sometimes I'm still a little peckish afterwards, you know? So it's just like, man. Right, I need purple and green. Purple and green. I'm gonna do her hairpin and then her skin. And then the cloak, because if I feel like making these into stickers, that's going to be very, very important later. For those of you who are stopping in for the first time, hi. Hello, how are you? My name is Ren. We're here just working on Demon Slayer Hashi art I've had sitting in a backlog for forever. Kind of chilling, vibing, getting work done. So feel free to unwind and chill out with us. And I hope that you're doing great and that you're having a wonderful day. Now we're trying to get that wish cash. I had an idea recently for a stream where I was like, man, I should take like the Pokemon designs that I hate the most and redesign them. I think that would be really, really fun. Man, there are some ugly Pokemon designs. There was a Pokemon that like when I was doing the team assignments for everyone on Twitter, the like massive post, I was like looking through certain Pokemon to assign teams, and there were like 2 Pokemon that I completely forgot about, and I was like, yeah, it makes sense why I forgot about these. Like the designs are just so bad for both of them. You got him! Congratulations! You did it! Golden sticker for you, Snowy. You got your fish. And then we need that same kind of like sickly lime greenish looking color. And this time we're going to use a more solid brush because I need a little bit more control since the space is really small. But usually I would do a textured brush in this situation, but because it's so itty bitty, we're not going to do that. I honestly should have done with Shinobu what I did with Gyome and selected her whole body and had done like the skin layer first, because like if I turn off this background layer, it messy. Whereas for Gyome's, it's probably a lot more clean. Yeah, because I went through and selected it first, so like everything is crisp and good. So yeah. Probably should do that now, because if I continue coloring this way, it's gonna be a mess later when I want to make merch and stickers of this or something. What are we gonna do? Like, I didn't even see this pink bleeding over into this section. We're going to make a PNG of any sort with a transparent background. Try to draw on that transparent background. Don't just like have white, because you're gonna miss a lot of like little mistakes and details like this. And it'll cause such a headache later when trying to fix it. So here's what we're gonna do. Make another layer. I'm gonna go through with just a freehand. Actually, I could probably just gonna use a solid brush. I don't need to go through and select it. That's silly. Just gonna make everything white. And that way too, it'll actually be easier when I'm coloring because I can just select that layer. Like, see how that dramatically changes the color too that I have laid out? We're probably gonna have to like duplicate some of these layers to make it that dark again, because I was a silly little idiot who didn't do it right the first time. Don't do what I do, kids. Don't do that to yourself. Cause you so much headache and We will go through and erase all those like overbleeds of white into the background or whatever. Just want to get it all in first. I'll tag you and Krampus and Chew. Thank you. Oh my god. I cannot wait to see it. Yeah, Gio and I were talking earlier because I have rediscovered my adoration and my love for Fat Gum from My Hero Academia. I love him. He's just so sweet. He's like another Mirio for me, where it's just like sunshine, sweet boy. And I had made a post about like he's so tall. Like I didn't realize that he was that tall. So I was just curious. You know how like when you're curious, you go on Google and you're like, hey, how tall is this character canonically? And apparently Fat Gum is 8'2" or something like that. And it was like good gravy. And we were talking about his clothing and how bad I want to buy like his hoodie. And then Gio suggested like I should do a crossplay of Fat Gum. And I was like, maybe. Maybe when I bulk up my muscles again. Because, my god, right now, probably not the time. But it would be fun. I think it'd be fun to do another cosplay stream. I've been wanting to do a cosplay stream for a long time. The last one we did was almost a year ago. It was Mirko from My Hero Academia. I dressed up as Mirko. And then I took that cosplay with me back to the States when I visited my family and did a photo shoot, and it was really, really fun. I miss doing cosplay stuff a lot, actually. I used to do it all the time. But alas, in Korea it's a little more frowned upon and not as friendly. No. I know! It was almost a year ago. Isn't that wild? Birthday stream was, yeah, almost a year ago. My god! I made everyone's little, like, reactives for it and everything. Yeah. Can't believe it. Yeah, bunny girl indeed. Snowy, I've never shown you that cosplay. I've never shown you pictures of that cosplay. That's shocking to me. That was during my mommy phase. I still occasionally have those feelings, but a lot less nowadays than I did. Like, call me mother. Now I'm just like, man, I'm lucky to get by every day. Where is... There it is. Alright. So now, what's lovely about this is I can just toggle that on and off, and if I want to make, like I said, stickers, there's still that white on the transparent background so that it's not just like all the color and then nothing there. So, simplifying my own life later down the line. Clean up some of this though, because good lord, the gravy. I'll bleed out. Also, Krampus, hi, hello, oh my god, mwah, I love you. Hello, 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 darling, how are you? Hope that you're good. Missed you. I miss socializing. We should schedule a call soon, yeah? Do that. Do that soon. My crampy talks. Daily smooch for you as well. Mwah. I love you. Bro would without a doubt be dropping everything he's doing to make sure you're well fed and comfortable. 1000%. That gum is like the sweetest. He and Mirio, man. I feel like Mirio would be more of like the panicky kind of himbo boyfriend that's like, tell me what's wrong, what's going on? And it's like, I just sad. And he's like still panicking no matter what. But Fat Gum would be just like the biggest comfort ever. Ugh, love him to death. So sweet. What was I doing? Oh yeah, skin. theme is good. If it's good. You can tell me that movie, I love you. It's a Disney movie. Oh my god, sorry, I have to stretch. Ugh. Absolutely lost it after work, waiting for the bus when I opened the TikTok, and that was the first thing I saw. I don't think so. I've done... You have? You've done Uraraka cosplay before? Oh my god, what? Pixar, it didn't happen. Just kidding, I totally believe you. So jelly. She's so cute. Yeah, I like did kickboxing and a bunch of training to get my Miracle bod for that cosplay. I had that bod for quite a while, and then I went on vacation to America and came home and just got really busy with this. And I haven't been to the gym for a very long time, and I really, really miss it, but it's just too inconvenient for where we live right now. But that will change this year. I'm going back this year, y'all, and she's gonna start kickboxing again. And get that body snatched back, baby. I'm good, and hell yeah. I have way more time for like the next month to just hang out so we can plan a time soon. Yay! I'm so happy to hear that. That's good. That's very, very good. I am almost finished with my last commission for this month as well. So like, yeah. That means I'll have, hopefully, if I can finish it by the end of this week, that would mean that I have an additional like 2 weeks with no commission work to do, which would be amazing. We are going to have to talk updates soon, and this is for everybody, but I'm going to talk updates soon regarding streams and some changes that I want to make and some things that have been heavy on my noggin about just me and streaming lately and my relationship with streaming. I'm sure you all have noticed, but still want to talk about it and make some decisions that'll be better for me in the long run. And no, I'm not quitting streaming, so don't panic. It's okay. Still gonna be doing streams. But I do want to change certain things about the way I do them. We can talk about that later, though. For a later date. Oh, gosh. Oh, crack. Random Ren fact. Ooh, okay. Let's see. My favorite constellations. I have 3 favorite constellations. One of them is Hydra because I did a project on Hydra in the 5th grade and I learned a ton about it, and it's still one of my favorite constellations to date. My second favorite constellation is probably, I would say, Canis Major. I like Canis Major a lot. And then my last favorite one is hard for me to say because I've got 2 that I'm really, really, really teetering on. Probably the Altar. I do like the Altar. I like the history behind the Altar and what that constellation was used for. Yeah, those are my 3 favorite constellations. Oh, dude, yes. That has also been brought up to me quite a lot, is that it would make a very, very good femnonomy. I was at the glasses shop today too because I'm buying new glasses. I'll have new glasses tomorrow, guys. It's so exciting. And I saw a pair of shades that would have been perfect for femnonomy, but they're prescription and obviously a little more expensive. Like, man, I could pull it off. I 100% do have that kind of mommy energy about me. I could do it. 1000%. Wait, what are you looking for? Are you looking for my YouTube link? Is that what you're looking for, Gio? I can finally get a smooch since I'm not saving points. Let's go! Daily smooch for you! Mwah, mwah. No more stalking the points. Hercules! Yes! Krampus, you got it. Oh my god, I knew I loved you. Not for your Hercules quotes, I promise. Not for your knowledge of Disney quotes. I love you for many more reasons than that. But I'm very, very happy that you got that quote. If it's good. As a kid, I used to hate them, but honestly, now I relate to them more than anybody in that movie. You're looking for my YouTube? Oh, okay. It's exclamation point YT. Here, let me just, there you go. Go. Oh man, I miss Ghost. Hope he's doing okay. I don't know if I want to start shading her yet, because I could go through and start like adding a little bit of shading around her nose and mouth and stuff, but I don't think I want to do that yet. I still have a lot to do in terms of like blocking in her regular colors and figuring out what colors I want to make swirlies. Part of me is like the bug stuff should be maybe like a transition from purple to green. I think could be kind of cool because those two colors always look good. I mean, hello, Maleficent. Great color palette, but I don't know. I don't know what I want. Boop, boop, boop. Too big. Too big. My spoon is too big. Much better. I was just curious about what it did. It was a traumatic story, if you will, about my first ever, not first ever, but like one of my first cartoon crushes as a kid. Man, I'll never live it down. I told that story because my mod, one of my mods, Riley, demanded I share the story during a stream that I was doing. I think it was a collab stream actually with Barbs, and told the story about my crush with Krillin from Dragon Ball Z and the very embarrassing artwork that my mother found. Like, it's embarrassing to me now because like as a kid you're mortified when your parents find it. Was very much like the Turning Red scene where like Mei Mei's mom finds all of her doodles of anime boys in her notebook. It was very much that. At the time I was like, oh my god, I'm mortified, it's so raunchy, but like it was not at all raunchy. But like you feel that way, you feel like as a kid like it's the end of the world for you. But yeah, I have a very, very vivid memory of that situation. Krillin is a short king, he'd treat you right. Yeah, but like Krillin. Let's just say there are stronger daddies in the universe. He won't leave you behind because he's gonna die a million times. That's a fact. Oh man. I go on this layer, sorry. Honestly, I respect it. You respect my crush on Krillin? Man, here's the thing, right? The first thing I told that story, everybody in chat was like, oh my god, what? Krillin? Haha. I was like, yeah, yuck it up. And now you're all like, I respect you and your choices. And I'm like, listen, y'all going 180 on me now. Which one? Which one is it? Do you think it's hilarious or do you respect it? I just don't know anymore. It's hard to weed out the people who are being genuine about appreciating my Krillin crush and those who are just pulling my leg. I don't have that crush anymore, for the record. I want that to be explicitly clear that that was a childhood crush and no longer exists, I assure you. Oh, dude, yeah, he's slaying that game. 18 is so fine. She's so pretty. Ugh. I want to be her. Can I just be her? Is that okay? Just, like, change lives. She's so amazing. Dang. Hi, Black Tiger. Hello, hello. Welcome in. You're coloring the insect, Hashira. Shinobu. I watch, oh man, I like to go through on YouTube and watch like different reactors reacting to this anime, because like we all know my favorite demon in the show, right? If you don't, I'm disappointed in you. I think we all know who my favorite demon is in the show. And I just like to watch YouTubers react to that whole scene and sequence and fight. And so I was watching a reactor react to like the earlier episodes, and especially the one where they go to the mountain to fight the spider demons. And instead of calling her Shinobu, they kept calling her Shinbu, and it was driving me crazy. I was like, I can't, like, I'm not the person to type up YouTube comments ever. I don't do it. I didn't do it, but I was sitting there just like, oh my god, I'm gonna snap. This is gonna be a first where like I just go off in the YouTube comments about an anime character's name. I'm gonna be that guy. But luckily I didn't become that guy. It's okay. I never made that transformation, being that internet guy that corrects everybody on everything anime. Not this girl. I have too much self-respect. I had weirder crushes, so like, I don't know, dude. I had some pretty weird ones as a kid. Freakazoid, like the WB cartoon Freakazoid. Massive crush on him as a kid. That cartoon was hilarious. Like, way, way ahead of its time in terms of humor. I love that cartoon, and I wish that I could find it in like its full glory so I could rewatch it, because it's so freaking fun. Yeah, so try me, dude. I assure you I probably have weirder crushes. He is considered the strongest human in Dragon Ball. Gio, don't test me right now. We don't need to go into this, right? We really don't. Not in my stream. We do not need to have this discussion. Let's see here. Her hairpin. I think her hairpin does a similar color transition. Doesn't. It's just the shading looks weird. Hairpin is like so different in so many pictures. I guess it's a little greenish towards the bottom, so we're gonna just put like a little splash of green down there. A little bit of a darker green. Go on the same layer. Keep everything consistent, you know? Where is this color coming? Not her. Aha, found it. Okay. Sometimes I find like color splashes in places they shouldn't be. Go and clean those up. Not so. Looking good, looking good. We're getting there. Now, here's the part I'm debating on. I should do the butterflies first. We should absolutely get those 3 butterflies, four butterflies done first. After that, do I do shading or should I pull it? Should probably do a little shading. Still got some time. I like that I'm like, do the butterflies first, immediately zooms into the jacket. Can't be stopped, y'all. The ADHD train just cannot be stopped. Does what it wants. I have no control. We're gonna put these on the same layers that we're not wasting layers, but that they're still separated enough. Smudge it. Did you play Pokemon Blue, Red, or Yellow? I played Red. because my cousin played Red, and when he was done with it, he, after I asked my mom for permission, allowed me to take his old game. So yeah, I played the original Pokemon Red. And I remember many a car drive at night in our parents' old van where like we would drive under the street lamps and I'd be like leaning up against the window to get as much light as possible so I could see what was happening in the game. Yes, I was a Pokemon Red player. You played Blue? They're great, man. You know what though? What's weird is I actually played the games a little bit out of order. I actually played Silver first. That was my first ever Pokemon game. And I don't remember the reason why. I don't remember if someone got me Silver for like a Christmas present or like how I got my hands on it. But I remember playing Silver first and I love that game. Love it. To this day, I want to find an emulator where I can like replay it because I just have such strong nostalgia for that game. And some people really don't like that region because it's so weird compared to the other Pokemon games, but it is one of my favorite like Pokemon games ever and will always be. But yeah, and then after that is when I went back and played Red. And then I was an Emerald player. I always get it like out of order after Emerald, like Emerald, Ruby, Sapphire. Next was Diamond and Pearl. I played Diamond. And then was after that? Was it XY? No, it couldn't have been. Was it XY after Diamond and Pearl? Or am I skipping a generation? I don't remember. After Diamond and Pearl, it gets really, really fuzzy for me, the like order of the generations up until freaking, what is it, Sun and Moon. And then after that, I remember it again. There's like a gap in my memory. I played all of the Pokemon games. It was Black and White, then X and Y, then Sun and Moon, right? And then Sword Shield, then Arceus, and then now we have Scarlet Violet. Is that correct? I think that's right. Black and White. I played White. Yes, I played White. But I don't remember too much of that game. I think I rushed through a lot of that game and I just didn't focus on the story too much. I remember that one was the one with N and everyone had a big ass crush on him. Everyone was like, oh my god, he's so fine. Look at his necklace, girl. His Rubik's Cube necklace. And I was like, alright, whatever. And I remember Team Plasma just being really silly to me. And I think that the design choices or the story, there was something about that game that I was just not fond of. And I also think that was the game or the generation where they introduced like really dumb Pokemon, like Klefki, Trubbish. I think that was that generation. And I was like, all right. And I think I just like mentally checked out for a little bit on Pokemon at that time. But yeah. And then I really got back into it with Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon I adore. Say what you will about like the way that game goes in terms of like being really hand-holdy and not letting you like explore immediately, but I love that game. I loved the introduction of regional variations. I loved the island vibe of it. I liked how unique the new Pokemon in that game were. Yeah. I love Sun and Moon. Played Blue, then Diamond, got Moon a while ago, but I've been playing that one on and off through the year. Yeah, some people, I don't know, like, and please don't, like, take offense, and I'm not trying to generalize too much, but I think the way that game is set up, like the way that the story moves, the way that you navigate your way through the world of that game, some people really love it and some people like cannot stand it, and I completely understand both sides of it. I didn't mind it. I wasn't a huge fan of it because I did want to go off and explore on my own in that game, and it really bothered me that I couldn't just like go wherever I wanted. It was very like guided, especially even after like fighting an island boss or whatever. You couldn't just like go out and explore, and that bothered me. Yeah, Sun and Moon is a wonderful Pokemon game though. I do love that game. Very. That was also one of the generations that I had the hardest time choosing a starter. I had a really difficult time choosing between Rowlet and Litten. Really hard time. There's another gen of Pokemon I had a really hard time with too, choosing a starter. What was it? I actually went through, there was like the form floating around on Twitter that was like, choose your starter from each gen, like which ones did you have? I remember marking it. It was Sun and Moon, okay. I marked like I can't choose between Rowlet, Litten, and Popplio, because all very good. All good little babies. I'm typically like a fire or water starter, but there was one generation I chose Sceptile and Emerald, and I'm eternally happy with that choice because I really love Sceptile. I think Sceptile is a wonderful grass Pokemon. Very good stuff. I like it, but I just don't have time to dedicate to it as much. I feel that for sure. It's like there's so many games I would like to go back and replay, but I'm kind of in the same boat right now where it's like I've got other things that require more of my time. And it makes me a little sad, but like I get it, you know, adult life and all. Something missing. This look weird. My brain is like not registering. It's like, yes. Then we'll do a green one down here. Get all of her colors in, you know. Just a little guy. Yeah, Rowlet's so good. I love Rowlet. He's so cute. I love owls in general. So when I saw a grass owl, I was just like, ah, love. And also, Sun and Moon was one of the games where I found, because I like flying types a lot too, and Trumbeak is one of my favorite Pokemon. I love Trumbeak. I love his design. I love how sassy and grumpy he is. I love, he has the one move where like heats up his beak and then attacks. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a really strong, good attack. Toucannon, not Trumbeak, Toucannon. Oh my god. Trumbeak is the middle evo. Peaky Peck, and then Trumbeak, and then Toucannon. I like Toucannon. Have I said Toucannon enough? I don't think I have. Toucannon. It's like when you're trying to convince like your parents that you're not lying, you just repeat yourself a million times like, listen. There's nothing for you to say. Alright, now that we have that done, I'm gonna fix up some of the patchiness. Like there's certain areas where things are bleeding over or not correct, and then we're gonna start a little shading, I think, just a little bit. We're not gonna do all of it today. I kinda did this last time on stream, when I was doing Gilmay's art, but I think it's just better to do the shading on my own time. can focus properly. Definitely want to throw a Pokeball at her. Yeah, man, she does. She does look a little catchable, don't she? Bug. Just a little guy. But she would absolutely whoop your ass if you tried. She's so scary, man. I don't want to say forgot. I didn't forget. But I was reminded of Shinobu's intensity when I reread the Infinity Castle arc. She's scary, man. I love her. She's so rad. Kanao can get scary too, though. Kanao is very scary in that arc. I am so excited to see that animated because... Spoiler. Wait, did I say it? I don't want... It's not really like a... It kind of is. I won't say it, but some of my favorite characters work together in that arc, and I'm very excited about it. If you know, you know. You know who my faves are at this point. Oh, 100%, but I kind of love that. Because I think what I really like about it is they're not, like, perfectly obnoxiously feminine. And some people may argue with me on that for oh god, why am I forgetting Kanroji? But like Kanroji has a really deep backstory that a lot of women can relate to and go through. So I don't feel like she's perfectly like the girly girl with no problems, and I love that all of them are deeply, deeply traumatized but maintain their elegance, femininity, and still can whoop some ass. I love that. I think it's really, really cool. Because I think there's sometimes a trope of like, oh, the tomboy girl has to be like super, super tomboy and can't be or want to be more feminine, and I don't like that. Like, I'm a tomboy, and there are tons and tons and tons and tons of times where I wish I could be more feminine. And it's really nice to see, like, you can still be tough and elegant at the same time, and that's okay. You know? And I think that's what I love so much about Kanroji is, like, she even says, like, can I continue to pretend being this, like, a girly girl instead of this tough, kick-ass woman that I am and that I want to be comfortably. And I really, really relate to that super, super hard. Because I go through that constantly. Yes. And I still am. Like, there's still times where I have, like, a really strong... I don't want to call it identity dysmorphia, because it's not, like, perfectly my identity. It's more of, like... male dysmorphia? I don't know. But, like, it's... I like the tough side of myself. I really, really do. I like that I can be strong, independent, and handle my own, but, man, it sometimes sucks to, like, have people not see you as a woman or see you as being pretty and elegant. Like, there are times where it's like the first word that I want people to see when they look at me is pretty or beautiful, and that's never the case for me. Never. It's either like sexy, strong, something different, and it's like, just once. I want to know what it's like to feel feminine, elegant, and pretty and soft. Because that's so not me, but it's a part that I wish I had, and a part of me that I wish I could be. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense? I don't know if that makes any sense. Block this layer real quick. We're gonna try this. This is gonna be tricky because I am gonna have to work around Shinobu's line art to get this effect that I want. I want to start dark purple down here. I mean, I could always go back and focus in on her stuff, but I like to avoid that. Dark purple down here. And as we move up, we're gonna go lighter purple and then green. Really make that kind of insect look. It's like to say, when my girlfriend first saw you and I was scrolling through Twitter, she said that you were super pretty. I appreciate that a lot. And you know what's like, I guess I shouldn't say that like when people first see me, they don't think that I'm pretty. I don't think it's more of like when I open my mouth that they immediately realize like, oh God, she's not at all what I thought she was. And that kind of sucks. You know, like people are like, oh wow, like strangers, especially in Korea too. They'll look and be like, oh my God, pretty girl. And then as soon as they start talking to me, they're like, don't know about that, chief. Because I mean, I talk, I swear, like a sailor. I'm a tough talker. Very tough beifong, if you will. I don't think I can speak to that specific struggle, but there have been plenty of times you displayed that elegance and femininity. Really? When? Wish I knew when, or maybe I just don't realize it because like I've become so used to not seeing myself that way that I don't even realize if I am doing it because I figure there is no way I could possibly radiate that kind of energy, I guess. God, I don't mean to like bring this into a really sad place. I'm just trying to explain my feelings about the Demon Slayer girls. And why I love them. And why I want to be them. Shit. Y'all are breaking my heart right now. I find Ren and Krampus beautiful. Oh my God, stop. You're so sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that. And again, a lot of it is just a self-image thing, and it's something that I probably need to work on because I'm sure that other people see it completely differently, and you know how it is. A build up and all. You know. I don't need to tell y'all, you know. A little pink in there too, just to kind of pull it together all nice. Nice and purty, you know? Also, this fight music is so sick. Of course, I say that as it's like ending. It's to happen. Yeah, oh, I like that. I like that a lot. I might add a little bit more green at the bottom. I feel like I should do a little pop of green at the bottom. Pop of green. Still understanding, we are our harshest critics. You're very capable of feminine beauty while remaining strong and pretty. Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you. Non-binary person, I get it. I don't want to seem like either side of the spectrum though. Somewhere in the middle. It's a huge struggle. I'm wishing you the best as well. Thank you. Yeah, man, like I love the rough and tough side of myself, and like I'm very happy with that part of myself, but there are definitely times where it's like, man, I just wish. My older sister is like the complete opposite of me. She is so freaking pretty and just so, like, we always say that she was born in the wrong era. Like, she acts, looks, and thinks and just carries herself with like, I want to say Edwardian and maybe like Victorian era grace. And I'm just like, how does she do it? Like, it's so beyond me. It's like sometimes I'm like, damn, girl. She slays. No, I don't like that on the left side. Ew, ew, ew. Get rid of it. I feel like there needs to be a little bit of green here. A little bit of green. Oh, it's so pretty. I like it a lot. Let's check it with the background. Yes. Good. I like it. Very, very good. Okay. Now we can start doing a little bit of shading. And then I think I'm gonna call it, because I still want to eat my French nuggies. Got nuggies, man. And now they're cold. Cold nugs make me sad. This shows the Demon Slayer storytelling is amazing, truly. It is, without a doubt, my favorite new gen anime. Say what you will, I don't care. It's my fave. I do love Jujutsu Kaisen. I relate so much more to Demon Slayer though. people are able to relate and find connections between the characters and themselves, then it's really well done. Truly. Truly. And like, I think, okay, hold on. I'm gonna get in my Demon Slayer pedestal. This is my pedestal, okay? Let me just talk about things. Demon Slayer was one of the first anime that made me sympathize with a horrible, horrible character. And it is why my favorite villain in that show is Gyutaro. Gyutaro is one of the most well-written villains in new gen anime ever. I think that way. You can disagree with me all you want. I think his story is so relatably sad that you cannot help but feel horrible for the way that he was treated, the way he and his sister were treated, and you can't help but understand the reason he snapped. And you still hate him. You know that he's a horrid, horrid, horrid character. He murdered and slaughtered a ton of people as a demon, and yet when he is like giving his backstory, you're like, oh dude, I would totally do the same thing. I would absolutely lose it if I were in his position. And I think that's really hard to do. It's really hard to strike a balance between making a character like phony good and you're like, oh yeah, okay, and really making it like, oh man, yeah, I would absolutely have done the same thing. I'm done now. I promise I'll stop gushing. Fucking love that show. God, if you get me like started talking on Demon Slayer, it could go on forever. It's honestly obnoxious. Is this like 90s ass Sesame Street music happening? Is this really in the Pokemon games? All of these songs are from Pokemon. I do not remember this one at all. I feel like I should do this on a separate layer. Yeah, I'm gonna do this on a separate layer in case I mess it up. I'm a big scaredy cat. Mess anything up. Thinking Renaissance. This song? I could see that. I could see that for sure. I mean, it just reminded me of like in the 90s when that flute, that same type of flute, was used in every theme song ever. Man, I had a really big nostalgia moment the other day. I don't know like what brought it up or like where it came from. I had a really strong like core memory moment of Out of the Box and the theme song from that show and like the goodbye song that they sang in that show, and I was like, man, 90s TV was good. I miss 90s. It was a good time. And I'll put the lighting on a separate layer too. 90s TV was as much for children as it was for adults, for sure. I remember my mom like multiple times sitting down with us and watching like PBS Kids. Like we would watch Between the Lions together, Wishbone, Reading Rainbow, Gullah Gullah Island. Like so many different TV shows that we would just like sit and chill and watch together. Sagwa. Any of you even remember Sagwa? Chinese Siamese cat. I think that was the name of the show. Good stuff though. Very good. Wish I could have experienced the 90s, but at the same time would have probably died. Why is that? We were spoiled in the 90s. It was a good time. We had a lot of good music, good TV. I will go down saying forever that 80s and 90s music is unbeatable. 80s music is king. I think we can all agree, right? Add that much? I don't know if I want to add that many. A bit much. Feels like a little grease again. You know what I'm saying? There's a little too much shine. Brighter. think so, yeah, it did. I think, because I remember trying to look it up on YouTube a while ago, and I could not find it for the life of me. And then, like, recently, some clips of it surfaced, and I was like, so excited. I loved that show growing up. Man, I forgot to color a butterfly. I'm such a dingus. I feel like these are a little too bright. Oh, I don't like that color. Oh, I'm so picky. Picky about my shading. I remember Sagwa. It was so cute. I loved that show. I follow so many lost media channels. I honestly should, because I have so many moments where I'm like, I remember like a certain thing, but I can't remember the name of the show. I really should like try to find it through those types of channels. It makes it look like she's cross-eyed. I'm gonna add like something. What the most generic thing I could ever say as an artist. I'm gonna do something. Yeah? Yeah? Don't say. Oh my god, she's so cute. Ugh. Ugh. Let's do... shading. Actually, I'm gonna do the gray shading underneath all of this other stuff so that it doesn't pick. 80s hair metal was peak 100%. Hair metal, baby. Love it. My dad, like, growing up, that's all he listened to was just like 80s music. So we were introduced to a ton of songs like that at a young age. Man, they stick with you. We love them. I was listening to Electric Avenue the other day, and even Key was like, what is that song? Like, the song is so catchy. Dang right. Remember Ghost Rider from the 90s when it was these teens who solved mysteries with help from a haunted typewriter? I feel like that rings very vague memories in my head too. I remember the Goosebumps TV show, but I never watched it because I was a big friggin' chicken. But yeah, I feel like I remember swapping through channels one time and seeing something similar to what you're describing, but I don't think I ever watched it. Electric Avenue is so catchy and so true even more now. Yup, indeed. Great song. Timeless music, man. Or timeless. Is there like... Okay, this may be a really dumb question, sorry. But is there like a specific criteria you have to meet in music to be considered a quote-unquote classic? Like, is there a certain amount of time that has to pass, or like a certain amount of social fame that you have to be considered a classic? Or is it just like one of those universally agreed upon type nuances or whatever? Oh, and the Mystery Files of Shelby Woo? I don't remember that at all. Is that 90s as well? That, or that may be like teetering up into the 2000s era of TV where I wasn't watching as much. You have to know what a Nokia phone is. Dude, the amount of times, I swear. Like, I'll tell my students about something and they're like, what is that? And I'm just like, ugh. Oh my god. Hurts me. Yeah, I guess I really am old now, huh? Is this what it's like? Very, very focused. Classic songs when it remains popular over a long period of time and is still influential across generations. That's what Google says. Thank you, Google. And thank you, Snowy, for looking it up. Every time I hear the 90s and early 2000s songs being referred to as classics, makes me feel like I crawled out of a crypt. Dude, that's how I am with like movie trailers. When I see people like, or even just in general, like when I watch an old like movie trailer, like for example, the other day, I was on YouTube and I don't remember what I was watching, but there was the original trailer for The Incredibles. And when it said the release year, I wanted to throw myself out a window. It was like coming soon to theaters. And I think it was like 2000, early 2000s. And I was just like, well, that's it. I'm done. Goodbye. I don't want to be a part of this earth anymore. At this age. My time to go. Oh yeah. With Toy Story, honestly, any of the Disney ones. I don't know what it is about the Disney ones that just like really, really get me, but I'm just like, no. I think it's because those are the movies I so vividly remember watching as a kid. And like have so much of like my family time kind of buried into. So like it feels more personal when I see the old Disney commercials with like the old theme songs and it's just like coming soon to theaters and it's like the trailer for Atlantis and I'm like Dude, straight up. I am too. All these recent Disney movies are upsetty spaghetti to me. What, dog? What? You guys want to see the baby? If you want to see the baby, you have to redeem for the baby. Like to see the baby. Oh boy. He's fussing. Because he smells my french fries. He's like, gimme. Give fries, please. Alright. Alright. It's time for the boy. I'm gonna blow out the candle though, because it spooks him. Saging my room. Be gone, evil spirits of this year. Alright, dog. Come here. Oh, show the baby. Oh my god, you're so big. He's a dorg. He's the dorgiest dorg in all the dorg. Hi, baby. You just want mommy's french fries, don't you? You little thief. Oh, gremlin. You vulture. Oh, baby. I'll give you a french fry if you kiss me. Let me kiss you. I know you hate being held like this. I'll let you down. Bubba. No french fry. When's mine though? I don't know. He's the best. I can't help but love him. He's a good dorg. The goodest boy in all the West. Yeah, earlier people were suggesting that I do like a old art redraw stream. I would love to do that. I don't know why I just started talking about, oh, I do know why, because I started talking in a Western accent. I had this whole series, like I was gonna make like a comic and like actual like an animation proposal with it. And they're like old Western themed characters, and I'm like, man, I really want to redesign. So maybe we might do an old art redraw stream someday. I'm currently planning a very, very fun Pokemon stream with Geo and Cabbages, where I will have to draw Pokemon from memory. And the only thing, they can't give me any names, the only thing that they can do is give me descriptions based on Pokédex entries from different generations, which would be really fun. And then I think another part of that stream is I'm going to take a Pokemon from one region and then design a regional variant of that. So I'll let you know when we get that all arranged, but it'll be fun when we do. I'm very excited about it. It is. It'll be really, really interesting. It'll be fun. I'm excited. If anyone wants to join, or if anyone wants to try it with me, you're free to join. This Thursday, I believe, yes, Thursday, I'm going to be playing the Scarlet Violet DLC, finally. So, be there for that too, because holy cannoli, I'm really far behind compared to everyone else. Everyone's been done that. All right. She's not finished. I'm gonna do the highlights on my own time, but she's looking good. She's looking really good. If you guys want, we can sit here and watch the replay together while I eat my French. You want to see the time lapse? I can show you guys the time lapse. I don't think I've ever shown a time lapse before. Oh my god, good morning, Daily Smooch. Mwah. Someone redeemed your voice and it made me miss you. I hope that you're well. You guys want to sit and watch the time-lapse replay? Up. Ghost, ghost, ghost. The king. I love you. I miss you. I hope that you're doing well. I'm eating French fries. They're very cold. But that's okay. Let's watch the time-lapse. Let's just chill for a minute. Okay. So we gotta go here. Go video. Time-lapse replay. Whoa. Why are you going so fast? Oh yeah, because this is when I was bringing the sketches into the image first. So that's why it just went crazy like that. Ooh, time-lapse, yeah. Time-lapse, oh my god. You too? Not you too. God, I love this brush. It looks so pretty when done in a time-lapse too. It really does. I love the texture. My favorite brush. We will never be parted. By the way, if you're new here, please consider subscribing to my YouTube, because as of February 27th this year, I will no longer be able to stream on Twitch because I live in Korea. And Twitch said no to Korean streamers, so that's fun. Right here is the link, so go do that. Thank you. I literally did this part today, so like this is all new. The ball and chain. I did that in Starbucks today and got that all finished, and I really, really like how like gravelly it looks. It's very pretty. I'm very satisfied with how Gyome came out. Part of me wonders if I should add a little bit more shine into the tears, like a little bit more color in the tears and on the beads around his wrist. The beads around his wrist are okay. It might be fine. Probably overthinking it. I'll be fine. Oh, and now we get to our girl. That was quick. I love time-lapse stuff so much. We should do that too someday. We should just sit and watch a bunch of time-lapse videos of art that I've done from start to finish. Although I'm sure it would be chaos because a lot of the artwork that I have, like especially the uncolored images, I have all of them saved on one document. So I toggle in between the drawings a lot and it would probably just be a mess to try and watch. I need to be better about actually putting them on separate documents so that that doesn't happen. But like, some of them have like a similar theme and I want to keep them together because I would have probably 50 open canvases otherwise, so I don't know. Ta-da! And this is about where we're at currently. I am going to make a separate time-lapse video the same way that I did with the line art video that I made for the Hashira, and add like voice clips again, add in some music, kind of like the last one, but with color this time, so yay. We're not going to include the line art phase because that would just be too much, but there we go. All right, so we got some Hashira done today. We got our boy Mirio colored today. We haven't even started Tamaki or any of the other background pieces. Not even started shading, off coloring line art. This one's going to take a long time. I honestly need to sit down on a day where I'm feeling like working on it and just bust through it, because that's the easiest way to get these bigger pieces done, is just sit and work through it. But there are just some days where I'm not really feeling it. Not feeling like doing it. So thank you guys for tuning in to stream today. I'm sorry that it was so scuffed, but I'm so glad that we were able to figure it out pretty quickly and get that solved. But congratulations again to the 3 winners of the Pokemon random draw. I'll be contacting you individually so that you can get your prize, your prized artwork. But enough of that for now. Let's see if there's anyone to raid out to. I doubt it because I live on the other side of the planet. Yes, once again, no one to raid out to. So, thank you all for being here today. I had fun. I really missed hanging out with you guys, and I appreciate those of you who stuck around for a while to watch me work today. We're going to be playing Pokemon on Thursday, and then Saturday we're going to do art classes where I teach you how to draw cats. And then we have a part 2 to Saturday, but I don't remember what it is. So check out my schedule if you want to know. But anyway, I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you may be in the world. Hope you have a fantastic day. Find some little magic in your day today. You guys are very welcome. Thank you for popping in. I missed you guys, and I will see you all very soon. Bye. Thank you for being here. I love you. See you later.